Congratulations! We did hydrogen. We're going to do one more element. Level 2. Mercury. So for the element mercury, the symbol is Hg. So the atomic weight is 200.59, but we're going to have to round that. We're going to have to round that to 201.0. When using the formula, you're going to have whole numbers, so we're going to round them. 80 is how many protons mercury has, and the other 80 on the other side represents how many electrons mercury has. How many neutrons does mercury have? On the periodic table, each element is actually in order by how many protons they have in them. Hydrogen, 1 proton. Helium, 2 protons. Lithium, 3 protons. 4. Valium, 4 protons. And so on. The highest is 108 protons. 118 protons. So let's do the math. So we said that there are 80 protons in mercury. That's what we can insert for the number of protons. Mercury has 80. And the atomic weight is 201.0 because we had to round that decimal to a whole number. So the atomic weight is 201. If 201 is the atomic weight, and we minus that by 80 protons, what is the number of neutrons? 201 minus 80, that would equal 122 neutrons. That is a lot of neutrons for an element. Mercury has 122 neutrons. So that's how we can find how many neutrons an element has in the periodic table. It doesn't show completely on the periodic table, but we can use math to determine how many neutrons are in that certain element. What was mercury mainly used for in the past? Well, there was an emperor named Qin Shi Huangdi that looked for immortality. And mercury is a liquid, and it's very poisonous. So he would drink lots of it, and eventually he died because of food poisoning. Here's an example.
Have you got it?
Yes, Majesty.
Will it work?
Majesty, all the world's alchemists agree that mercury is highly indicative of increased longevity.
How increased?
Sire, as with sex, given the right application, it can help.
Do you believe me?
Yes, Majesty.
Come.
Zhu Fu is given a small army of his own with which to conquer death. Meanwhile, the Emperor takes his first course of mercury pills. If Zhu Fu is right, it might help hold back the years until the elixirs can be found. Further. Aided by his mercury consumption. The dose has got higher over the last 5 years, as his desire for immortality has become more obsessive, and the elixirs have failed to materialize. 7 years after Qin Shi Huangdi began his quest for immortality, the mercury is starting to poison his body as well as his mind.
Qin Shi Huangdi, the first emperor of China, he died on September 10th, 210 BC because he was poisoned by mercury. There is an ancient legend that has a positive effect on mercury. the ancient legends tell that Chen Shi Huangdi's tomb has mercury in it, and there's rivers in it. And what's really good about mercury is it can preserve anything. So pretty much it can prevent an animal from disintegrating, a dead animal, a dead human from disintegrating. So what the scientists think is if they open up Chen Shi Huangdi's tomb, they might say, and they might hypothesize, that his body never disintegrated, because many people wondered what the first emperor had looked like. So that is an advantage of what mercury can do for good, is it can preserve dead bodies. And it would be cool if we can actually see what they looked like, and it would be cool if their skin is there, their features are there, we can understand what they looked like. That would be cool. But today, the tomb remains sealed. Thank you for watching Taoping Airlines Math Industry. Like and subscribe.